Hey, I'm Gianna, and today we're going to do a monthly reset for the month of March. And I've always wanted to do one of these, but I've never actually followed through, so I'm hoping if we're doing it together, it'll be more fun and I'll actually get this stuff done. So let's start with a reflection on the month of February. So highlights of February. Valentine's Day for sure. The day before, Will and I went to a Bulls game, and I love going to Bulls games. We just went to one at the end of January as well. I love seeing them play really bad teams and beating their butts. I also don't mind seeing them get beat, which happens a lot as well. So that was just really fun. I love going to the United Center and being around other fans and screaming and cheering. It's a really good time. For Valentine's Day, we made our own dinner at home, and we did a shrimp scampi with scallops, and it was absolutely divine. And Will actually made tiramisu from scratch, and it was so freaking good. I'm so glad that there was so much of it. We got to eat it for like 3 days, and my tummy was not happy. I'm lactose intolerant, but it was so freaking good. I love tiramisu. I love tiramisu from Publix, from a gutter, I don't care. But Will's was better than both of those by a big margin. I also got my hair color refreshed. I found a lovely stylist named Felix, and they actually just opened up their own salon called Hair Study. They're just so sweet and really listen to what you want in your hair. You're not just another client to them. And now I feel like we're actually friends as well. I just didn't realize how nice it could be to actually have a relationship with your hairstylist instead of just, in and out. And that's fine too, but it just really makes me happy when you're spending like 4 or 5 hours with someone and you actually have fun. Like, that's amazing. And lastly, we confirmed our trip to New York. We're going to be there for 2.5 weeks in March, house sitting. I'm so excited because our friends live really close to where we lived, so it's going to feel like we're right back in our old stomping grounds, just living in Brooklyn again, and I can't wait. As far as learnings this month, I feel like I'm one to really get ahead of myself and make a whole lot of goals and plans that are kind of unattainable or unrealistic, and it kind of sets myself up for failure. So I really learned that taking small bites is important, just breaking down a task into the smallest steps possible that I can realistically achieve incrementally and feel good about it. And also taking small bites literally. I feel like sometimes when I'm eating, I'm doing something else, or I'm just trying to get to the next thing that I'm doing, so I'm just wolfing it down, and I have indigestion a lot because of it. So I started actually chewing my food, and I really feel a difference, which is kind of sad, but hey, better late than never, I assume. Okay, let's talk about energy givers and energy drainers. So one of my energy givers this month was drinking water right when I wake up. Like, I hate peeing during the night, so I don't really drink water before bed. And then if I don't drink water until like lunch, that is a really long time that I'm going without water, and so I'm just chronically dehydrated. And I've started to drink my full bottle of water before I work out or have breakfast, and I've noticed such a difference in my energy level. Like, I just feel clearer headed. I just really want to make that habit stick. It's also hard because once you're hydrated, I don't really get that same craving for water. I'm just like, I need it. And so then it's hard to get me to drink water. But I just need to, as long as I drink that first bottle in the morning, I feel like I've already won, Also, working out in the morning has been huge, even if it's not working out specifically, but like going on a walk or doing yoga. It just gives me, one, a sense of accomplishment right off the bat. I'm like, I said I was going to do something and I did it, which for me personally, I have a lot of trouble with like not believing myself when I say I'm going to do something, because again, I set a lot of goals for myself that are hard to follow through on, and then it just makes you feel like you can't actually accomplish what you say you will. And so just having that kind of simple goal every morning, like I'm gonna do a 20-minute like dance cardio video or something, it just starts the day off on a really good foot. And lastly, fresh flowers. Between Valentine's Day, Will got me a bouquet, and I accidentally sent 2, which was really nice. And I also had gotten a bouquet from Trader Joe's, because if you don't know, they have really affordable fresh flowers there. And so we had 3 bouquets in the house at once. We went from 0 to 1 to 3. It was just the blessings just kept coming. And it really boosted my mood to have these fresh flowers around. I would get up in the morning and sniff them. It was just so lovely. I really just want to make it a habit to continue to keep fresh flowers in the house, seeing how much they boost my mood. Like, why not? Every time we go to TJ's, just pick up a bouquet and keep that good habit going. And it's also nice to take care of something. I change their water, I trim them, I take off the dead leaves. It just feels good. As for energy drainers, definitely too much social media. I feel like I'll go on TikTok to edit something and I'll wind up just scrolling for at least an hour. It's absolutely absurd, and I can feel when I finally pull myself away, it feels like my brain is being sucked out of my head. Like, it feels absolutely awful, and I keep coming back. So I have screen time set up for Instagram. I definitely need to do that for TikTok now that it's kind of becoming a problem. Okay, and my last energy drainer is alcohol. I've noticed in the last 2 months a correlation between me drinking and my TMJ flaring up. I don't know what it is, why it just causes me to tense up at night, but I'll wake up with my jaw just feeling absolutely locked, and it's just not worth it to me. So I'm gonna try and just lay off of it and see if I notice a difference. Even though I really love a yummy glass of wine, but my TMJ has just been really bad for the last couple months, and I'm gonna take relief anywhere I can get it. And if it means laying off, rosé or Riesling, then I guess that's what I'll have to do. Last thing in February I want to talk about was my monthly favorites, and it's super short. I just discovered the show Columbo. I'm really into the how done it of it all, because it starts off with who the murderer was, and how they did it, but it's all about how Columbo proves that they did it in a court of law. And I got into it because we watched the first episode of Poker Face with Natasha Lyonne. It was really fun, and Peacock recommended Columbo to watch next, and I was like, heck yeah, I've always heard about this. And it is absolutely amazing. Some of the directing choices are just so off the wall. I've never seen some of these shots before. Some of the performances are so campy. It's just an absolute blast, and I'm so excited there are 7 seasons to get through. And my last favorite, I've already touched on, but Trader Joe's flowers. If you haven't given them a shot and you want to add some bloom to your room, I would totally recommend stopping by there the next time you're at Trader Joe's. Okay, and that is my February recap. Now we've got a lot of cleaning to do. I want to wash my bed sheets, and there's a whole pile of shame by my bedside that I want to tackle. I got some boxes to put them in, so we're going to do that. And then a lot of mirrors in my house are dirty. How did that happen? So let's clean those too. Okay, now that stuff's in the wash and I've wiped down all the mirrors, let's tackle this little shame pile together. Okay, here's the first part of the pile. This is just a lot of old notebooks, so many cards. I have such a problem throwing away birthday cards, Valentine's Day, Christmas, it doesn't matter. If you actually wrote something and didn't just sign your name, I've kept it. And then I've got my acting stuff, bunch of headshot stuff. I've got a hanger, I think, from my wedding, and I tried to put it in this little basket to make it look cuter and put together. Now it's just bulging at the seams, so gotta deal with that. Poor Ron here has just been sitting on the ground for a year and a half, and same thing for Steve Zissou. Would love to hang them up, don't know why I haven't. Here we've got even more cards, why? And also a little self-care kind of basket. I've got my sad lamp in here, a little massage ball. This is for your neck to relieve tension, a Nod Pod weighted blanket for your eyes. Everything in here is just covered with dust, so I don't even use it. So we're gonna put everything into better storage and actually maybe throw out some stuff. We'll see. All right, so I've got my boxes and I've got all the stuff that's just been lying around. We're gonna organize it a little bit. I think it's gonna be one sentimental box and another sentimental parentheses cards box. But I'm also getting this out of the closet. This is how I packed all of my planners from middle school till about 2021 when we moved, and they've just stayed sealed up. I just opened them, and I'm gonna put those in boxes as well. They don't need to be ready to be shipped at some point. Can you imagine if they accidentally got shipped and someone just received all of my musings, my middle school musings? Ugh. Our wedding guest book. This is just a fully empty, undated planner. I might keep this. I also have way too many planners. Yeah, I'll just stick it in here. Yay, that's a one bin filled. All right, now cards. Sadly, I've looked through every single one of these cards before we moved, and I know that I want to keep them because something's actually written in them. So I'm just gonna shuffle them all into a box, and maybe one day I'll be old and look back at them and that'll feel nice. I bought this in October 2021, didn't paint it. October 22 came around, I was like, definitely gonna paint it. Missed the boat on that. Maybe it can be a summer pumpkin, or I'll put it with my Halloween decor. Then I'll make sure to paint it next year. A phone? Okay, wow. There's room for even more cards to come, but I'm feeling good about this. Let's be done with that. Lastly, I'm gonna make a little self-care and craft hybrid box, because none of them are big enough to fill on their own. But I found this in my room, just stuffed somewhere, and it has a whole bunch of like embroidery stuff, magnets, oil paints. So we're just gonna stick that all in here and then have a little divide for my other self-care things. I love this label maker so much. I'm gonna put labels on all these boxes. Watch. I am positively covered in dust, but I feel so good to finally have that stuff off of my floor. Oh, let me show you. How good does this look? I've never seen empty space look so good. I'm so pleased. Okay, now let's keep moving and let's look back at February goals and talk about what I want to accomplish in March. All right, so quick look at February's goals. They were to post once a week on YouTube. I didn't do that, but I might be able to hit the 4 times in February, so we can kind of fudge that a little. It was to also make my health appointments. Didn't do that. I started doing my taxes though, which wasn't on my goal, and then I got very overwhelmed and had to stop. Oh, my makeup no buy, which I haven't bought any makeup and February ends tomorrow, so I think we can consider that one done. Looking forward to March. Now my priority for the month is going to be giving myself grace, but also aiming to remain consistent with my goals and routines. I'm going to be traveling for 75% of the month, so I know that my routine is going to be disrupted, but I don't want to just take advantage of that and completely give up on following my goals and habits until April, but also don't want to be too hard on myself. So let's see what that means for my goals. Health goals. I want to be more flexible with what I mean for daily movement. I feel like I'm going to be doing a lot more long walks, especially in New York. And so I might not be getting in my daily grow with Joe as often. I don't know how annoying that'd be to downstairs neighbors. Yeah, just giving myself grace in that aspect, but still keeping up my movement because I know it makes me feel so much better. I want to stay hydrated even when I'm away from home. I think I'm going to pack the water bottle that I use every day. Maybe I'll like fill it with socks so it doesn't take up so much room in my suitcase. But definitely instead of just like buying water as I go or relying on like tiny cups of water at hotels, I think having a dedicated water bottle is where it's at. And I want to continue my morning routine while traveling. I kind of have it down into a really solid place right now. It's like meditation, journaling, some light stretching, and I think those are things that I can definitely keep up no matter where I am, as long as I get up on time. Career goals. So we're looking at content creating and also acting. I want to post 4 YouTube videos in March, ideally once a week, but gonna give myself a little grace with all the traveling and editing on the go. But I really just want to be more consistent here. It's so much fun making these videos, and whenever they resonate with people and I get to engage with others about subjects, it's just really fun and fulfilling, so I want to keep going with that. I want to read 1 new play and 1 old play. I think I'll hit up the drama bookshop while I'm in New York, And I think reading plays, it's just so easy. You can get one done in like 60, 90 minutes. And it really just opens up your mind to play. I've read Barefoot in the Park at least 6 or 7 times, and I kind of read it a different way each time. So want to get back into that, and then sign up for an acting class in April. Mindset goals. I will really want to start a manifestation practice and an affirmation practice. I think I really want to lean into the kind of woo-woo side of it all and just embrace it. If it works for me, like what's the shame in doing it? I think sometimes I think too much about what other people's opinions are, when it's just like, affirmations make me feel good. Like they have an immediate effect, so I want to explore that more in March. And I also want to journal nightly to remember my travels. My mom and I took a trip for my 25th birthday to Spain, and I journaled every night, and it's amazing to have those memories to look back on. So I definitely want to keep that up while we're in New York and in Paris. Okay, I feel like those goals are doable. I think focusing on 3 main areas, health, my mind, and my career, kind of helps it feel more actionable and manageable for a month instead of spreading myself too thin. Oh, will I keep up my makeup no-buy in March? I feel like it'll be pretty easy to continue doing that because I'm gonna be away from home, so it's harder to just have things delivered when I'm not at home. And there's not much that I really want. If you watch my anti-haul video, the one thing I'm thinking of are the Danessa Meyers blushes or the House Labs blushes. And so I might just treat myself to one of those and then not buy anything else for the month. Like, it doesn't have to be a no buy, it could just be a low buy. And to kick off my affirmations practice, I want to think about my intentions and affirmations for the month of March. How do I want to feel this month? I want to be present for my travels. I want to remember them. I want to not be so caught up on capturing them, but I do want to dedicate time to be able to remember my experiences, whether through photos or videos or writing. And I definitely want less screen time. I can feel how mindless it makes me feel. Like it just pulls me away from the present, and I think that's really dangerous when I'm traveling and I just want to be experiencing everything fully. So definitely going to make sure to keep an eye on my screen time and see where I'm kind of losing myself. So for March, I want to feel present, grateful, and energetic. I am full of positive energy. I am full of light, and I am so grateful to be able to experience wonderful things with people I love. I also made a little vision board. I basically just threw a couple pins on Pinterest, popped them out into Canva. We'll see how it ends up. I'll put it here if it ends up looking good. If not, I'll put something silly. And that wraps up planning for March. Okay, I'm feeling really good just talking about it. It feels really manageable, and I'm ready to take it on. I'm ready to go in with a clear head and know that I'm gonna go into April even better prepared. Also, talking about keeping up with my routines, it makes me want to make a physical reference for my morning and night routines that I can bring with me while I'm traveling, because I have ADHD, and having things solely on my phone, 1 is a surefire way for me to get sucked into my screen, and 2 is just not a reliable way for me to reference something, because if I don't see it, if it's not right in front of my face, it basically doesn't exist. So let's get a little crafty and make a little morning night routine reference sheet. So I just made these 3 for now, and I'm gonna put one at my desk, and one of the morning ones by my bedside table, and then the night one in the bathroom. And I'll see how that goes, and if I feel like I need any more reminders around the apartment, I can make more. But I'm really happy with these. They turned out really cute. Okay, I cannot believe that we accomplished everything on the list. I feel so good right now, and I'm really excited to head into March. Like, I don't feel anxious at all, which is absolutely wonderful. So thank you so much for coming along on this journey with me. I really appreciate it, and I will see you super, super soon.